We're going to look at Acts chapter 7 today, only verses 1 to 19, and especially looking at verse 9 really stuck out. So we'll begin reading. Then said the high priest, Are these things so? And he said, Men, brethren, and fathers, hearken. The God of glory appeared unto our father Abraham when he was in Mesopotamia, before he dwelt in Charan, and said unto him, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and come into the land which I shall show thee. Then came he out of the land of the Chaldeans, and dwelt in Charan, and from thence, when his father was dead, he removed him into this land wherein ye now dwell, and he gave him none inheritance in it, no, not so much as to set his foot on, yet he promised that he would give it to him for a possession, and to his seed after him, when as yet he had no child. And God spake on this wise, that his seed should sojourn in a strange land, and that they should bring them into bondage, and entreat them evil 400 years. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, said God. And after that shall they come forth and serve me in this place. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision. And so Abraham begat Isaac, and circumcised him the 8th day. And Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat the 12th patriarch. And the patriarchs, moved with envy, sold Joseph into Egypt, but God was with him, and delivered him out of all his afflictions, and gave him favor and wisdom in the sight of Pharaoh king of Egypt, and he made him governor over Egypt and all his house. Now there came a dearth over all the land of Egypt and Canaan, and great affliction, and our fathers found no sustenance. But when Jacob heard that there was corn in Egypt, he sent out our fathers first. And at the second time Joseph was made known to his brethren, and Joseph's kindred was made known unto Pharaoh. Then sent Joseph and called his father Jacob to him, and all his kindred 75 souls. So Jacob went down into Egypt and died, he and our fathers, and were carried over into Shechem, and laid in the sepulchre that Abraham bought for a sum of money of the sons of Emma, the father of Shechem. But when the time of the promise drew nigh, which God had sworn to Abraham, the people grew and multiplied in Egypt, till another king arose, which knew not Joseph. The same dealt subtly with our kindred, and evil entreated our fathers, so that they cast out their young children, to the end they might not live. Verse 9 says, And the patriarchs, moved with envy, sold Joseph into Egypt, but God was with him. And that's the key. But God was with him. Is God with you? Because that's the difference. If God is with you, people may scheme all sorts of evil against you, but is God with you? Only God, this quote is good, only God can turn a mess into a message, a test into a testimony, a trial into a triumph, a victim into a victory. And this is Joseph's life, a message, a testimony, a triumph, and a victory, because God was with him, and everybody knew it too. If you look at Genesis chapter 39, it'll be Genesis chapter 37 to 50 for the whole account of Joseph's life. But we see in Genesis 39 verse 2, it says, And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master the Egyptian. Verse 3, And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. Verse 21, But the Lord was with Joseph, and showed him mercy, and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. Verse 23, finally, The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him, and that which he did, the Lord made it to prosper. God was with Joseph, and that was his testimony, because everybody around him knew that God was with him. And if God is with us, people will know it as well. Martin Luther said this. He said, one with God is a majority. One with God is a majority. Romans 8 verse 31 says, if God be for us, who can be against us? Is God with you? Then no matter what, everything is okay. There's always hope with God. God's the one, He's the one that takes nothing and does something with it. There's always hope with Him. So Acts 7 verse 9. Yes, Joseph's brothers sold him and they did evil, but God was with him.